Okay, so hi guys and welcome back to another predictions video, and in today's video I'm predicting the Pradabsri versus Tanaka fight. If you're on your around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you need like video, and let's get straight into it. Sorry if I am butchering any pronunciation, by the way. Pradabsri is 39-1 with 23 KOs, and Tanaka is 20-9 with 10 KOs. This fight is for the WBC World Minimum Weight title. Pradabsri's last fight was a win by unanimous decision versus Tanaka, both of their last fights. Tanaka's losses have come versus Horikawa in 2007, Tsuji in 2008, Taguchi in 2009, Yagoshi in 2011, Kunishiki in 2011, Haraguchi in 2017, Kura in 2018, Neomtrong in 2020, and of course Pradabsri in 2022. So many losses to be completely honest, but still going all the way back to 2007 and him getting his first fight shows he's been around the sport for quite a while now, and so he's obviously got elements of experience himself. Of course, the 29 fights, and of course it's not the best that he's got a lot of losses on his record, but the last fight between them was an entertaining fight, and so either way it is not a horrible rematch, just even if it isn't exactly what everybody's wanting. Tanaka is 38 and Pradabsri is 32. Tanaka is 5'5", and Pradabsri is 5'4", and that seemed to play a bit of a factor in the last fight. I mean, Pradabsri didn't really impose his size that much, but you did see the range and like the elements of being able to counter using the range well. This is in Pradabsri's home country of Thailand. This is Pradabsri's fourth defense of his title, and in general, their last fight. In general, I'm going to speak a bit more specifics in a moment. I liked the fight. I think it was a good contest. I think Pradabsri did win, and maybe not unanimously, but still did win. And I like to see the rematch. But of course, I believe this was supposed to be Neomtrong versus Pradabsri. I might be wrong, but I think it was, and something's gone wrong with Neomtrong, and this fight's not really happened the way it probably would have wanted to, both fighters, and so now we've got this, and I'm not complaining, but I just think that Neomtrong is such a good fight, and I really do want to see that fight. Pradabsri, though, as a fighter, he's a good counter-puncher, picks his shots well, has some snapping shots, of course more experienced, finds angles, consistent, gains confidence, great uppercuts, fast hands, great combinations, and tees off. Something which I did really like in their last fight was when he was gaining that confidence in the later rounds, he was just throwing back to back shots, like quick time, and they're all landing convincingly, and fair play for Tanaka to have that good chin. But either way, if he's landing like that with them combinations, even if he is maybe getting hit with one or two afterwards, it is very tough to come against, and like I said, tease off, and his uppercut, the way he was going down, coming back up, picking the shot well, finding the angle well, it was good, and he was using that quite often, and it was nice. The counter punches were clean. He was looking quite composed with the counters, and they were also good, and of course consistent with the counters as well. He does of course invite their shots to be taken. He does take a few to then give a few. Not as good when he is being the aggressor, in my opinion. I think when he's being the counter aggressor, then yes, but when he's just genuinely being the aggressor, then not as good. I'm not going to say it's bad, but I just think it's better when he's been a counter puncher, and he does drop his guard a bit. Something I realised, so he did take a few possibly unnecessary shots because he was just dropping his guard a bit, and so I'm not a massive fan of that, but it's nothing major. Tanaka as a fighter though, he comes on strong early, pounces. He is the aggressor. He's a pressure fighter. He'll always be willing to trade, and like I said, he's also got a good chin. Obviously, there's not going to be massive loads of signs for the positives of Tanaka, but I like the way he was pushing the tempo, and that's probably got him this rematch in general, to be completely honest. The fact that he did possibly get a few of the early rounds and still kept coming the whole fight, and maybe even though he did slow down a little bit, he was still responding with some of his own shots throughout and didn't look too much out of his depth, and so I don't hate this rematch, and I don't hate Tanaka as a fighter, and I think his pressure's good. The fact that he wants to go to a war with Pradabsri it maybe isn't the best, but against other fighters he might find more success. Of course, he has been beat many times. He's not got the best of defenses. He does headhunt a bit. He attacks in flurries, then sits at range in close, and that's what leaves him open for the counters. He's not really got that in and out kind of style, and like I mentioned, he does slow down. But like I mentioned a couple of times, I don't hate this fight. Pradabsri, of course, is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Pradabsri will win via unanimous decision again. I think it'd be more comfortable than the last fight, to be completely honest. I think Pradabsri now knows what to expect and knows that he's more than capable to be able to win this fight comfortably, and hopefully will win this fight comfortably. And then possible fights of where he goes on to next. Of course, everybody wants a Neon Trunk fight. I think Pradabsri deserves another world title fight and should be fighting for one. If not Collazo, that's another option. He's coming off a big win himself, respectively. But I mean, if he has a mandatory called, his mandatory is the WBC interim champion Yadai Shigeoka. So I don't hate that fight either. I don't think the other Shigeoka brother should fight Pradabsri right now. I think his fight with Valadares is what I want to see. But either way, I think that this is going to be an interesting time to see what happens, because of course with Neomtron, what happened in that fight and the way it did capitulate is not ideal. So if that fight isn't going to happen, then we are going to miss out on a big fight there. But like I said, there's still other options and still other world champions. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like 15, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.